Hello beautiful people and welcome back to the channel. So in this video we want to have the first look at the new Navy hero called Maplelyn and to evaluate what hero she potentially is an alternative to and all the other good stuff. So let's start by mentioning which heroes on the Navy this new Navy hero will not replace. Just to be crystal clear, she will not replace an offense buffing hero. So you're either using Cromwell, you're either using Cotillo, you're either using Gypsy. She will not replace these heroes. And also my opinion is that she will not replace Lila. And this leads us to this new Navy hero being an alternative or being the same type of hero like Crimson. And that's what we want to do in this video. Let's have a look. Is this new Navy hero just an alternative for Crimson? Does she have the potential actually to even replace Crimson? Or yeah, are we looking at another Brunhild right now? So let's start. This hero looks to me like a combination between Crimson and Cromwell. And she is strictly just a Navy hero, so don't use her on planes or on tank, she will not work. So both heroes have actually an HP shield, which is a pretty good thing. Now Crimson has a heavy armor effect and we know exactly what that is. And she has a light armor effect. We don't know exactly what that is for now. But if we follow the logic, we know that Crimson's heavy armor is not necessarily a massive tool for damage reduction. In other words, it's actually a tool which allows Crimson to hit even harder. So I presume from this perspective, the light armor effect will gonna be similar to the heavy armor effect from Crimson. Now, let's come to the damage dealing part of this hero. So after every regular attack from the Navy unit, there is a chance to attack two enemy units, inflicting 70% damage to each unit and dealing 50% splash damage to all other units in the same column. So where's the catch right here? Where is the RNG? Let me explain you. So if these two initial hits will gonna hit two slots in the same column, then the splash damage won't be as efficient as possible because also there will be cases in maybe one of these slots in this column it's either gone, so there are no units in there, or you actually kill them with the initial damage, meaning the splash damage will actually gonna hit thin air. Crimson, on the other hand, when he procs, then he will hit with a level 5 4 slots, and of course he will only gonna attack slots on which there are still units left on. Furthermore, when we talk about the splash damage, let's take a second and think about Cromwell. Her splash damage is hitting all the nearby slots, and yet again, Cromwell actually ended up being a hero which was pretty good when you want to have a better performance versus weaker players. But when it comes down to competitive gaming, to competitive battles versus opponent, which are very close to your stats or even higher, Cromwell didn't actually turn out to be a very good alternative. This just as a side note. But of course, this splash damage will gonna get even higher buffs. So for example, for each damage reduction shield boost, this hero's splash damage gets another 20% on top, which can go all the way up to 200%. Of course, this light armor will most likely definitely work exactly like the heavy armor. So if you are getting a hit on that slot, you're gonna lose a layer of this light armor, which indirectly means one buff less when that slot of yours gets his turn to hit. So when we look at the level 5 exclusive skill, each type of damage reduction shield boosts your splash damage by another 15%, and of course after every regular attack from each naval unit there is a chance to randomly grant two of your units an extra stack of 40% light armor, which is more or less an offense buff because she was gonna hit way harder if she has this light armor effect on that slot. So beautiful people, let's recapitulate. So we have the new Navy hero which has a very strong RNG type of buff kind of, which can allow you to get some high spikes damage or high performance, yes, but you also can be unlucky and she can behave pretty much normal versus Crimson, which is a very strong and very stable hero. So in other words, by looking at this data now on the screen without having the possibility to test this hero, this new Navy hero looks to me similar like Cromwell, similar like Brady, slightly better than the alternative which we had, with the potential to give you some huge damage. But again, this is just potential. This is just simple RNG. And from this perspective, I see the new Navy hero actually as an alternative to Crimson. We have to see that in battle reports. If she actually slightly performs better than Crimson, she is definitely a strong alternative if you do not have Crimson unlock or if you do not have Crimson at 5 stars right now. Of course, as soon as this hero is online, I'm gonna bring her to 5 star and level 5, and I highly recommend you guys to watch these videos. I will gonna also do some streams, watch those battle reports and see actually how this hero performs in battle before you invest any money or your resources. As always, I hope this video helped somebody out there. Don't forget to subscribe to a fantastic channel, and yes, don't forget to see me in the next episode.